Welcome to our weekly discussion of all things current in California politics. I'm Walt Gray, joined this week by Rich Ehisen, editor-in-chief of Capital Weekly publication. Rich, always good to have you here. The governor was in Italy at the Vatican, the climate conference. He was very much front and center on that. Taxpayers not responsible for paying for this trip. It's the California Protocol Foundation. They paid for him to go to El Salvador, in 2019. They also paid for him to go to Israel and China last year. Who is the California Protocol Foundation?
Well, it's actually been around since 2014, so our previous Governor Jerry Brown also benefited from this. It's essentially an organization put together to fund the governor's travels so that it doesn't fall on the taxpayers. I will say, of course, most of the donations come from large business entities. This should not be surprising. Some individual entities as well. So however you feel about access to the governor and government, it's at least not coming out of tax dollars.
Yeah, nothing's for free, though, I would imagine.
Nothing is for free.
Nothing's for free. Okay, the state employee return to work order by the governor set June 17th. State employees got to come in at least 2 days a week. Now, there's still pushback on all this. Republican Josh Hoover is jumping in to defend those who don't want to go back.
Yeah, and the way he's doing it is requesting the Department of General Services to have an audit of this whole thing, addressing lots of issues like the impact on carbon, dispersal into the air, and other issues. It got a 13-0 vote in a joint legislative committee the other day, which means, you know, they're all on board with this audit as well. So, you know, ultimately, it's still going to end up being the governor's call, I guess. But I'm not sure he was expecting this level of pushback from the legislature.
No, and it may be June 17th gets pushed back. Who knows?
It very well likely could be.
The California Republican Convention is wrapping up today on this Sunday. What do you imagine, or tell me what you believe to be the status of the Republican Party in California? And I will set you up with this. Governor Newsom once said in an interview that the National Republican Party is destined for the waste bin of history.
Well, that's to be determined, but I will say this. The more the California GOP seems to be in lockstep with the national GOP, they're not going to have a lot of relevance around the Capitol here in California. It is just a reality. They have not won a statewide election since 2006. Steve Garvey is not expected to beat Adam Schiff in the fall. You know, I talk with a lot of GOP people who will privately tell you they don't like the correlation with the national party, but it is what it is. And until until they find some way to break away from that, I think they're going to have a real uphill battle here.
Well, as long as we're talking about Donald Trump, I mean, obviously they're in lockstep with what's going on nationally, and nationally Trump will be the nominee if he's not otherwise someplace else.
Yeah, I mean, and clearly where that hurts them here in California is on the statewide level, and and there's parts of California, of course, it really helps them quite a bit.
Right.
But on the statewide level, it's not a help at all to be aligned with Donald Trump.
Okay, that is Rich Eisen. Rich, thank you. If you would like to reach out to Rich, you can do so at rich.eisen@capitalweekly.net.